Good morning, everyone. Today is November 29, 2024. Welcome to the opening of bid for project ID 25KE0018, construction of Quiboro, Quipasa Road, Barangay Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin. 25KE0026, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Bonbon, Sagay, Camiguin. And 25KE0027, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Manduao, Catarman, Camiguin. And 25KE0030, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Miguel, Mahinog, Camiguin. Before we start, may I request everyone to please stand up for the opening prayer to be led by Mr. Meldix Torchu.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God of justice, you lead us in life's journey. As we gather here in your name, open our minds to know your voice, open our hands to do your work, and open our hearts to hold your spirit. Amen. Father, the Son.
May I request Ms. Nona Situ to please do the roll call and or acknowledge those who are present in today's bid opening.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. For today's attendance for the dropping and opening of bids for the four proposed contracts. Once again, good morning. For the attendance for today's dropping and opening of bids for the four proposed projects, we have our back chairperson, Mr. Edwin G. Cagulada.
Present.
We have our back members, Engineer Ederlinda in Retalia, Engineer Apolinar Elvis A. Hamero,
Present.
Engineer Joselito V. Corpin Jr.,
Present.
and we also have our back TWG members headed by Engineer John Ryan Tinog,
Present.
Accountant Kristen Bernadette O. Oclarit, Engineer Leah Rose N. Baselan, and Engineer Larry Nino M. Lapiceros,
Present.
and yours truly, Nona C. Chu. We also have our back secretariat headed by Engineer Evelyn V. Padiranga and Mr. Meldixtor Yu Chu.
Present.
We also acknowledge the presence of our State Auditor 4, the audit team leader, Sir Bernard Von M. Tomampos via Zoom. Sir, good morning. And we also acknowledge the presence of our participating bidders. From Shinshin Construction Corporation, we have Ms. Marilyn F. Bahaw. From Genreal Construction, Mr. Ronel O. Lagod. From Hapus Hansol Enterprises, Ms. Meloville Podilana. From CLC Construction, Ms. Rose Jean Bores. And from FNTC, Mr. Rosiler Babia. So that's all for today's attendance, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Nona Chu. So majority of the back members are present. So we have a quorum. I call this bid opening to order. So we have 4 projects to be bid. So we received 12 bids. And so may I request the head of the back secretariat to discuss the eligibility result through electronic means.
Good morning, everyone. In accordance with Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, the back through the back secretariat had browsed the DPWH electronic bid portal and hereby confirmed that there are no electronic bids received. So for the proposed contracts, there were 6 prospective bidders who had purchased the bidding documents. By the way, Mr. Presiding Chair, there were no late bids and no withdrawal of bids. So for the prospective bidders, namely CLC Construction Services and Supply, FNTC Construction, General Construction, Vinlabs Construction and Supply, Shinshin Construction Corporation, and Hapos Hansol Enterprises, all passed the legal, technical, and financial requirements of the proposed contracts per electronic eligibility result. That's all, Mr. Presiding Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Evelyn Paderanga. So let us now proceed to the opening of bids. So may I request the members of the Bhakti WG to open the bid box and facilitate the opening of the bidder's proposal. Bhakti WG, please check if the bid submitted is sealed and marked properly.
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving maday gahapon. Tingala ko sa umang ko dito sa Cebu bago bunga lagi niyo dinner. Mga Thanksgiving man naron. Wala wala din ng Thanksgiving. Sila turkey.
So, Mr. Backchair, all submitted bids are properly marked and sealed.
Thank you. So, first to open is the technical proposal and followed by the financial proposal. May request one of the back member to read and check the technical documents using the criterion discretionary pass or fail. So the first to open is project ID 25 KE 0018. Construction of Quiboro, Quipasa Road, Barangay Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin. Please open the technical proposal of Shinshin Construction Corporation.
So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Chair. For the first project, technical proposal for contract ID 25 KE 0018, construction of Quiboro, Quipasa Road, Barangay Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin. First bidders is Shinshin Construction Corporation, and the ABC for the project is 11,879,999 pesos and 52 centavos. First document submitted by the bidder, Mr. Chair, is the PLGIPS registration with validity until January 28, 2025. Passed. The Annex A, the PLGIPS, page 3. 6 certificate. Registration date is May 21, 2018. Mayor's permit up to December 31, 2024. Passed. Tax clearance up to September 3, 2025. Passed. Audited financial statement last filed April 13, 2024. Less than 2 years. Pickup license up to September 29, 2025. Passed. Also present is the photocopy of the SEC registration. Mayor's permit, tax clearance, and pickup license. Next document present, Mr. Chair, is the statement of all ongoing project, government, and private construction contracts is present and signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT. Supported by notice of award of the listed projects. Next document present is the statement of single largest completed contract is present and signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT. With project named Naasag Yumbing Agorod in support of agribusiness with total as-built cost of 45,543,000. Supported by certificate of acceptance. Latest income tax return is also present, Mr. Chair. The duly stamp received by the BIR. Supported by its proof of payment from the Land Bank. Audited financial statement is also present. Duly stamp received by the BIR. NFCC computation is also present. Total computed in FCC of the contractor is 615,261,262. Signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT. Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration is also present. Signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT, President, and notarized by Attorney Abelino Piercino Jr., Notary Public. Contractor's organizational chart is also present. Signed by the President Sixto Feliciano DT. Qualification of key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract is also present, signed by Sixto Feliciano DT. Key personnel certificate of employment and biodata is also present. Photocopy of the professional identification card of civil engineer Cyril Rosti is present and expired. And its certificate of accreditation as provisional project engineer under DO 126 series of 2024 is present. Biodata of the materials engineer Rogelio Esdo is also present. Also present is the certificate of accreditation of Rogelio Esdo as materials engineer 2 is present and expired. And its professional identification card as civil engineer Rogelio Esdo is also present and expired. Certificate of completion for construction safety and health training course for site safety officer of Sheila May BT is also present. Next document present is a list of contractors' equipment pledged to the contract is present and signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT, supported by its proof of ownership, the deed of sale for heavy equipments, deed of sale for vehicles, certificate of registration and official receipts, vehicles from the LTO is also present. Next document is the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract is present, signed by the bidder Sixto Feliciano DT. Supported by its proof of ownership or the sales invoice is present. Next document present is the omnibus sworn statement is present and signed by the President Sixto Feliciano DT and notarized by Attorney Abelino Piercino Jr., Notary Public. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the authority of signing official is present and signed by the Corporate Secretary Sheena Leslie BT and notarized by Attorney Abelino Piercino Jr., Notary Public. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, Shinshin Construction Corporation technical proposal for contract ID 25K0018 is ready as passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Silto Corpin. So let us now proceed to the second proposed bidder, FNTC Construction. Please open the technical proposal of FNTC Construction for 25K0018.
The technical proposal of FNTC Construction for the construction of Quiboro, Quipasa Road, Barangay Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin, with a contract ID of 25K0018. The first technical document, Mr. Chair, is the Certificate of Pilgrim's Registration, valid until February 22, 2025. List of eligibility documents, DTI certificate, date of expiration date, April 21, 2026, mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2024, tax clearance, valid until February 19, 2025, audited financial statement, date of filing, April 24, 2024, pickup license, valid until May 27, 2025. Photocopy of business permit, registration, date, retail, photocopy of mayor's permit, tax clearance, photocopy of tax clearance, present, Mr. Chair. The next document is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the proprietor. Present. The next document is the statement of single largest completed contracts, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Present. The next document is the independent auditors report. Present. The next document is an NFCC with the total amount of 970,038,163 pesos 33 centavos. Present. The next document is bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. The next document is the regular contractor license. Present. The next document is the pickup license and the project organizational chart, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the proprietor. The next document is the list of occupational of personnel to be assigned to the contract. Present. With the supporting document as a key personnel, as a manager, is Francis Noel Simasio, project manager. Supported with a certificate of completion. The next document is the professional project engineer, or in the name of Mark Lowell B. Almeida, with a regular professional identification card. Present. The next The certificate and the next document with the certificate of accreditation of Mark Lowell B. Almeida present, and also is a certificate of materials engineer one of Mark Lowell Almeida present, Mr. Chair Duhaya. The next document is the certificate of Francis Noel T. Simasio as of construction, occupational safety and health present, Mr. Chair. The next document is the list of equipment on or lease and or under purchase agreement placed to the proposed contract present, supported with the required documents, Mr. Chair. Then present. The next document is the list of laboratory equipment placed to the project present and signed by Francis T. Noel Simasio, supported with the required documents. The next document is the omnibus sworn statement signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio and authorized by Attorney Abilino P. Orseno present. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate accreditation of the provisionally project engineer under the Department Order 127 series of 2024 present. Report operating present. All the technical required documents submitted by FNTC Construction present and subject for the present and rated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Italia. So let us now open the technical proposal of Pinlabs Construction and Supply for project ID 25 KE 0018.
For the next bidder, for the project contract ID 25K 0018, construction of Quiboro, Quipasa Road, Barangay Poblacion, Mambajao, Camiguin. The next bidder is the name of Binlabs Construction and Supply. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the PELGIPS Certificate of PELGIP Registration, valid until January 21, 2025. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of single largest completed contract, or the SLCC. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the contractor's license, valid until July 21, 2026. The next document is the bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, signed by Albin Labastida, the manager. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart for the contract. The next document is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment on our list or under purchase agreement leads to the proposed project. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license, Labastida Albin, valid until February 18, 2025. The next document attached is the Kalibo PRC license of Kalibo Truck Yanix, civil engineer, valid until November 23, 2027. As project engineer with a rating of 61%. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license also from Aristotle Lambatan, Pabi, civil engineer. Designated as material engineer 1, accreditation number 2087, valid until June 10, 2025. The next document is from Macaranas Arsiluwi. Certificate of completion of construction, occupational safety and health. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, and the amount of 176,192,933 pesos and 39 centavos. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the the next document is the laboratory list of equipment, apparatus, on or lease or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract. The last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus statement or affidavit signed by Alvin B. Labastida, notarized by Attorney Abelido P. Orsino Jr. Based on the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of Binlabs Construction and Supply is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer Apolinar Elbes Hamiro. So let us now proceed to the opening of the technical proposal for the second project, 25 KE 0026. Construction completion multipurpose building, Barangay Bonbon, Sagay. Please open the technical proposal of Papos Hansol Enterprises.
For the second project technical proposals, first is Papos Hansol Enterprises for contract ID 25K0026, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Bonbon, Sagay, Camiguin. The ABC for the project is 4,949,981 pesos and 62 centavos. First document submitted by the bidder, Mr. Chair, is the PELJEP's registration is present and valid until September 24, 2025, passed. The Annex A PhilJips, page 3, DTI certificate, valid until September 15, 2025. Mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2024, passed. Tax clearance up to March 22, 2025, passed. Audited financial statement last filed April 3, 2024, less than 2 years. Pickup license up to April 4, 2027, passed. Also present is the photocopy of the DTI business permit, tax clearance. Next document present is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts newly awarded but not yet started, is present and signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol. Supported by notice of award of the listed projects, contract of agreements, notice to proceed, next document present is the statement of single largest completed contract, which is similar in nature, is present and signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol, supported by certificate of completion and turnover, notice of award, notice to proceed, contract. Also present is the photocopy of the pickup, invalid. Next document present is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, duly signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol, and notarized by Attorney Ablino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Contractor's organizational chart is also present, signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract is also present, from project manager up to safety officer. Key personnel by data is also present. Photocopy of professional identification card of Civil Engineer Ma Victoria G. Hansol is present and unexpired. The data of the project engineer is also present. Photocopy of the professional identification card of Civil Engineer I. Signar is also present, unexpired. And its accreditation as provisional project engineer as per DO 126 series of 2024 is present. Included also is the report of rating by data of the materials engineer is also present. Provisional identification card of Pedro Ramos, civil engineer, is present and expired, and its certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1 with accreditation number 5442, valid until February 11, 2025 is present. Certificate of completion for construction occupational safety and health training of Ray Edward D. Salvani is present. Next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of contractors' equipment pledged to the contract is present and signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol, supported by its proof of ownership, certificate of registration and official receipts of vehicles from the LTO is present. Deed of sale for heavy equipments. Affidavit of ownership for minor tools is also present. List of contractors' laboratory equipment is also present. Signed by the bidder, Ma Victoria G. Hansol, supported by its sales invoice as proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement is also present, signed by Ma Victoria G. Hansol and notarized by Attorney Ablino P. Orsino Jr. NFCC computation is also present, signed by Ma Victoria G. Hansol. Audited financial statement is also present. Photocopy. annual income tax return is also present, supported by its proof of payment. That's the last document, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, Hapos Hansol Enterprises technical proposal for contract ID 25K0026 is rated as passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Solito Corpin. So let us now open the technical proposal for Afram Bin Labs Construction for 25K0026.
The technical proposal of Vinlabs Construction and Supply for the construction completion of multipurpose building Barangay Bonbon, Sagay, Camiguin with a contract ID of 25K0026. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of PLGIP registration valid until January 21 to 2025 percent. Supported with the list of eligibility documents, DTI certificate, expiration date on February 20, 2025, mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024, tax clearance valid until February 2, 2025, audited financial statement, date of filing, April 12, 2024, pickup license valid until July 21, 2025. The next document is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed by Alvin B. Labastida, the proprietor, supported with the required documents, Mr. Chair. The next is the statement of single largest completed contracts is LCC signed by Labasida and supported with the required documents. The next document is the photocopy of pickup license present. The next document is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration, present signed by Alvin Labastida, the proprietor, notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsinos Jr. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart for the contract, present. The next document is the list of construction key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract, signed by Alvin B. Labastida, the proprietor, and the project engineer, with a professional identification card and expired present. And accreditation number as provisional project engineer under the Department Order number 126 series of 2024 present. Aristotle L. Fabi, Materials Engineer 1. With the accreditation number of 2087 and valid until January 10, 2025, present. Certificate of completion of RC Lowy T. Macaranas as a construction occupational safety and health for a construction. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the Omnibus Search Statement signed by Alvin B. Labastida, the proprietor, and authorized by Attorney Abilino Orsino Jr. The next document, Mr. Chair, is list of laboratory equipment apparatus owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pleads to the proposed contract present and signed by Alvin B. Labastida, the proprietor supported with the required document present. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the NFCC with a total amount of 176,192,933 pesos and 36 centavos signed by Alvin B. Labastida. All documents of technical proposals submitted by WinLabs Construction and Supply present and subject unrated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Erlinda Retalia. So let us now proceed to the last proposed bidder, General Construction for contract ID 25 KE 0026.
For the next bidder, for the project contract ID 25K 0026, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Bonbon, Sagay, Camiguin. The EBC of this project is 4,949,981 pesos and 62 centavos. The name of the bidder is from General Construction. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGIP registration valid until April 22, 2025. Pass. The next document is the DTI permit. For the certificate of business name and registration. Valid until December 31, 2024. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the tax clearance. Issued 26th day of March 2024. Pass. The next document is the annual income tax return signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the audited financial statement signed by Evangeline de Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the contractor license valid until December 17, 2024. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the ongoing projects. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the Statement of Single Charges Completed Contracts or LCC. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros with the certificate of completion. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the Net Financial Contracting Capacity or NFCC. In the amount of 115,278,657 pesos and 50 centavos. Signed by General Construction. Pass. The next document is the bid security in a form of bid securing declaration. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. Pass. The next document is the organizational chart. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros, the proprietor. Pass. With the key personnel biodata. PRC license Oliveros Anamari. Valid until December 21, 2025. Pass. Certificate of Completion, Basic Occupational Safety and Health Course, Ana Maria C. Oliveros. Pass. The Certificate of Accreditation, Ana Maria C. Oliveros, as Material Engineer 1 with number 4617. Signed by Adores D. Canlas. Pass. The Certificate of Completion by Ronil O. Lagod, Certificate Safety and Health Training, signed by Noel C. Binag. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment owned or leased under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of contractors' laboratory equipment pledged to the project. Signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Pass. The next or the last document, Mr. Chair, is the affidavit or the omnibus sworn statement signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Rosino Jr. Based on the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of General Construction is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer LB Samero. So let us now proceed to the opening of the technical proposal for the third project, 25K0027. Construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Manduao, Catarman, Camiguin. Let us now open the technical proposal from General Construction.
For the third project, 25K0027, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Manduao, Catarman, Camiguin. First bidder is General Construction and the ABC for the project is 9,899,999 pesos and 90 centavos. First document submitted by the bidder, Mr. Chair, is the PhilJEPS registration with validity until April 22, 2025, passed. The Annex A PhilJEPS Page 3, DTI certificate, valid until September 12, 2027, passed. Mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2024, passed. Tax clearance, up to March 26, 2025, passed. Audited financial statement, last filed December 31, 2023, less than 2 years. Pickup license up to December 17, 2024, passed. Also present is the photocopy of the DTI, business permit, tax clearance. Annual income tax return is also present. Duly stamp received by the BIR. Supported by its proof of payment. Audited financial statement is also present. Duly stamp received by the BIR. Pickup license is also present, photocopy, with validity until license particular up to December 17, 2024, and registration particular up to December 17, 2024. Next document present is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline D. Oliveros, supported by notice of award at the listed projects. Next document is a statement of single largest completed contract is present, supported by certificate of completion. NFCC computation is also present, signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline D. Oliveros and authorized by Attorney Ablino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Contractors organizational chart is also present, signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. List of contractors, key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract is also present, signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Key personnel by data is also present, signed. Professional identification card of Civil Engineer Biberlin Sabal is present, and its Provisional Project Engineers Accreditation as per DO 143 series of 2024. Professional identification card, photocopy of Ana Marie Oliveros, Civil Engineer, is present and expired. Certificate of Accreditation of Ana Marie C. Oliveros as Materials Engineer 1 is also present and expired. Certificate of Completion for Construction Safety and Health Training of Brunel O. Lagod is present. List of equipment owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline D. Oliveros. List of contractors laboratory equipment pledged to the project is also present, signed by Evangeline D. Oliveros. Equipment is supported by its proof of ownership, the deed of sale, certificate of registration and official receipts of vehicles from the LTO, sales invoice of the minor tolls, collection receipt of the laboratory apparatus, and its sales invoice. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement. Is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, General Construction Technical Proposal for Contract ID 25K0027 is rated as passed, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Joselito Corpin. So please, let us now proceed to the second bidder, Aposan Sol Enterprises for 25K0027. Please open the technical proposal.
The technical proposal of Hapos Hansol Enterprises for the construction of multipurpose building Barangay Hall, Barangay Manduao, Catarman, Camiguin, with a contract ID of 25KA001, 0027. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the Certificate of LGIP registration valid until September 24, 2025. Present list of eligibility documents, DTI certificate valid until September 15, 2025. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024. Tax clearance valid until March 22, 2025. Audited financial statement valid and date of filing April 3, 2024. Pickup license valid until April 4, 2027. The photocopy of DTI permit present. Mayor's photocopy of mayor's permit present. Photocopy of tax clearance present. The photocopy, next document is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts newly awarded but not yet started, signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, the proprietor. The next, supported with the required documents, Mr. Chair, present. The next document is the statement of single largest completed contracts which is similar in nature. Present, signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, supported with the required documents. The next is the photocopy of pickup license, present and unexpired. The next document is bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, the proprietor, and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. The next document is the project organizational chart, present and signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, the proprietor. The next document is the list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract. Present. The professional identification card by Maria Victoria Hansel and expired, present as a project engineer with The next document is the certificate, professional identification card of Ayan Sagan Sigmar, present and expired with the professional project engineer accreditation under the department order number 126 series of 2024, present with a report of rating. The next document is the accreditation of Pedro S. Ramos Jr. as a Materials Engineer 1, valid until February 11, 2025, present. The next document is the certificate of completion given by Edward D. Salbani for successful completing the 40 hours training of construction of occupational safety and health, present, Mr. Chair. And the next document is the list of contractors' equipment pledged to the contract, present, signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, the proprietor, supported with the required documents. The next document is the list of contractors' laboratory equipment, signed by Maria Victoria G. Hansel, the proprietor, supported with the required documents. The next document is the omnibus sworn statement signed by Maria G. Hansel, the proprietor, and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. The next document is the audited financial statement, present, signed by the proprietor. The next document is the annual income tax return, present. All the required documents of technical proposals submitted by Hapos Hansel Enterprises, present and rated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Edardin Daritalia. So, the last prospective bidder for the third project with 5KE0027 is FNTC Construction. Please open the technical proposal of FNTC Construction.
For the next bidder, with the project contract ID 0027, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Manduao, Catarman, Camiguin, with an EBC or approved budget of the contract of 9,899,999 pesos and 90 centavos. This bidder is from FNTC Construction. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGF registration, valid until 22 February 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the DTI or the certificate of business name and registration, valid until April 21, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2024. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the tax clearance issued February 19, 2024. Pass. The next document is the Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 project signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is a single statement of single largest completed contract or the SLCC. 1, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the financial statement. Or the annual income tax return. Signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the annual income tax return. With the name Simasio Francis Noel. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC and the amount of 970,038,163 pesos and 33 centavos. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the bid security in the form of bid security declaration signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio and authorized by Attorney Abelino P. Orsino Jr. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PCAB or the contractor's license, valid until May 27, 2027. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart, led by Francis Noel T. Simasio, with the safety officer, Francis Noel T. Simasio, project engineer Mark Lowell Almida, liaison officer Miraflor T. Enriquez, material engineer Mark Lowell Almida, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of key personnel with the certificate of completion, Francis Noel T. Simasio as authorized managing officer. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the accreditation of material engineer 1 and provisional project engineer Mark Lowell B. Almeida. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the major equipment or lease or of equipment owned or lease and or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of laboratory equipment pledged to the project. Signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the manager. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PS accreditation. Department Order 127 series of 2024. with the rating of 78% pass by Midmir G. Malik. Pass, Mr. Chair. And the last document, Mr. Chair, is the Abdemo sworn statement or affidavit signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, notarized by Attorney Evelino P. Orsino Jr. Based on documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of FNTC construction is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer Apolinar Elvis Hamero. So let us now proceed to the opening of the technical proposal for the last project, 25K0030. Construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Miguel, Mahinog, Camiguin. And let us now open the first prospective bidder, General Construction. Please open the technical proposal.
For the fourth and last project, contract ID 25K0030, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Miguel, Mahinog, Camiguin. First bidder is General Construction, and the ABC for the project is 9,899,999 pesos and 90 centavos. First document submitted by General Construction, Mr. Chair, is the PhilJEPS registration with validity until April 22, 2025, passed. Under Annex A, PhilJEPS, page 3, DTI certificate valid until September 12, 2027, passed. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024, passed. Tax clearance up to March 26, 2025, passed. Audited financial statement last filed December 31, 2023. Pickup license up to December 17, 2024, passed. Also present is the photocopy of the DTI, Mayor's permit, tax clearance, annual income tax return is also present, duly stamp received by the BIR, supported by its proof of payment from the Land Bank. Audited financial statement is also present, duly stamp received by the BIR. Photocopy of the pickup is also present. Next document is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros, supported by its notice of awards. Next document is the statement of single largest completed contract, is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros, supported by certificate of completion. NFCC computation is also present, signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros. Bid security in the form of bid security declaration is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros and notarized by Attorney Avelino Persino Jr., Notary Public. Contractors organizational chart is also present, signed by Evangeline de Oliveros. List of contractors, key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract is also present, signed by Evangeline de Oliveros. A personal's biodata is also present. Professional identification card of Civil Engineer B. Berlin Sabal is present and expired, and its accreditation as Provisional Project Engineer as per DO 143 series of 2024 is present. Professional identification card of Civil Engineer Ana Maria Oliveros is present and expired, and its certificate of accreditation as Materials Engineer 1 is present and expired. Certificate of completion for construction safety and health training of Ronel O. Lagod is present. Next document present is the list of equipment owned or leased and or under purchase agreement pledged to proposed contract is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros. In the list of contractors, laboratory equipment pledged to the project is also present, signed by Evangeline de Oliveros. Equipment is supported by its proof of ownership, the deed of sale for vehicles and heavy equipments, certificate of registration and official receipts of vehicles from the LTO, sales invoice of the minor tools, collection receipt of the laboratory apparatus is also present, and its sales invoice. The last document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement is present and signed by the bidder Evangeline de Oliveros and duly notarized by Attorney Abilino Piercino Jr., Notary Public. Mr. Chair, having complied with all the technical requirements, General Construction Technical Proposal for Contract ID 25K0030 is written as passed, Mr. Chair.
I thank you, Engineer Salita Corpin. So let us now proceed to the pinning of the technical proposal for the last project of FNTC construction.
The technical proposal of FNTC construction for the construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Miguel, Mahinog, Camiguin, with a contract ID of 25KA0031. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGF registration valid until February 22, 2025. So list of equipment of eligibility documents, DTI certificate valid until April 21, 2026, mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024, tax clearance valid until February 19, 2025, audited financial statement, date of filing, April 24, 2024, pickup license valid until May 27, 2025. Present the photocopy of DTI permit, photocopy of mayor's permit, photocopy of tax clearance. And the next document is the list, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the proprietor. The next document is the statement of single largest completed contract, LACC, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, present. The next document is the financial statement. The next document is the annual income tax, present. And the next document is the net financial contracting capacity, NFCC, with a total amount of 970,038,163 pesos and 33 centavos. The next document is the bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, present, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the proprietor, and authorized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr. The next document is the photocopy of pickup license, unexpired. The next document is the project organizational chart signed by the proprietor, Francis Noel T. Simasio. The next document is the list of occupation of personnel to be assigned to the contract, signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio. the project engineer Francis T. No, dili. The certificate of completion as a manager. The next document is the project engineer in the name of Mark Lowell B. Almeida, present Mr. Chair with the professional identification card unexpired. The certificate of accreditation of Mark Lowell B. Almeida with accreditation number of 6818 and valid until January 5, 2026. Present. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment owned or leased and or under purchase agreement placed to the proposed contract. Present, supported with the required documents. The next document is the list of laboratory equipment placed to the project. Present and signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, supported with the required documents. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement signed by Francis Noel T. Simasio, the owner, and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino. Present. And the last document is the certification of accredited provisional project engineer in the name of Noel Almeida. We're under the Department Order 127 series of 2025 with supported with the report of briefing. All the required documents of technical proposals submitted by FNTC Construction present and rated pass, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Edelina Paderanga, since it is already
Italia.
passed. Retalia. I mean, Engineer Retalia, so
Sana lang. Last na lang. Sana lang.
So let us now open the last technical proposal from CLC Construction Service and Supply 25 KE 0036.
Gutom na din.
For the next weather, with the contract ID 25K 0030, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay San Miguel, Mahinog, Camiguin. With the ABC or approved budget of the contract of 9,899,999 pesos and 90 centavos. The bidder is from CLC Construction Services and Supply. The first document, Mr. Chair, is the certificate of LGF registration, valid until January 12, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the DTI or the certificate of business and name of registration, valid until April 11, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the mayor's permit, valid until December 31, 2024. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the tax clearance, valid until December 29, 2024. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the audited financial statement signed by Chris Il Cabana, the proprietor. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PCAB or the regular contractor's license, valid until October 19, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of all ongoing government and private construction contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed by Chris Ilcabana, the manager. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the statement of single largest completed contracts. Signed by Chris Ilcabana, the proprietor or the manager. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC when the amount of 277,390,195 pesos and 81 centavos. Signed by Chris Cabana, the manager. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the bid security in the form of bid securing declaration. Signed by Chris Cabana, the bidder, and notarized by Attorney Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the organizational chart. Signed by Chris Cabana, the proprietor. Pass. The next document is the key personnel. Certificate of participation, Chris Cabana. Attached, Mr. Chair. Valid until with the PRC license valid until December 2, 2025. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the accreditation as Material Engineer 1, Chris Cabana, for the number 1722. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the PRC license from Basig Christian, valid until October 20, 2026. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the construction safety and health training by Jerby J. E. Sasil, signed by Noel C. Binag. Pass. The next document, Mr. Chair, is the list of equipment and tools placed to the contract. Signed by Chris Cabana, the manager. Pass. Also attached, Mr. Chair, is the sell invoice of the equipment. Pass. And the last but not the least document, Mr. Chair, is the omnibus sworn statement or the affidavit signed by the bidder, Chris Cabana, and notarized by Attorney Abilino P. Orsino Jr., Notary Public. Passed. So based on all the documents presented, Mr. Chair, the technical proposal of CLC Construction Services and Supply is rated pass.
Thank you, Engineer Apolinar Elvis Hamero. So since it is already past 12, so we have to take our lunch. So is there any motion for suspension until 1 o'clock?
Mr. Chair, I move to suspend the dropping and opening bids for lunch break.
Since there's a motion for suspension from Engineer Corpin and seconded by Engineer Talia, so the opening of bids is suspended until 1 o'clock is approved.